evening and thanks for joining us at the 9 p.m. edition of the Urban Debate. Viewers, the entire country was left in a state of shock yesterday as the news came about Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput being found dead in his own residence, with all signs indicating that he had taken his own life, committed suicide. Now, as the nation grieved, as his fans grieved, as his friends and family members mourned the loss and tried to understand what had happened and come to terms with it, it's triggered a series of conversations and debates and discussions all around us. Unfortunately, that's become the reality in this social media era. Along with the outpour of that we saw from Bollywood about shock and grief and love for Sushant Singh Rajput, there are many skeletons that now seem to be tumbling out one more time from the Bollywood industry. I just want to read out some of the people linked to the industry, part of this industry, and what they had to say. Sapna Bhavnani, a celebrity hairstylist who also worked with Sushant, said that it is no secret he was going through tough times. No one in the industry stood up for him. No one here is your friend. Rest in peace. Shekhar Kapoor, filmmaker, said, knew the pain you were going through. People let you down so bad. I wish I was around in the last 6 months. I wish you had reached out to me. What happened to you was their karma, not yours. I want to read out one more of this comment. We work in an extremely unforgiving industry. One flop, and they put you down instantly. They don't let you forgive and forget. We need to understand the pressure that one goes through. This was said and written by Kunal Kohli. Anubhav Sinha, filmmaker, has urged the privileged lot, the privileged club of Bollywood, to sit down and think hard about what's going on and how it's impacting people within the industry. There are many, many more. So the point that I want to talk about tonight, viewers, is the cruel side of glamour and glitz, the cruel, unforgiving side of the film industry, of the acting industry, and how people on the face of it, they want to be your friends, how everyone right now wants to share their conversation, wants to talk about their last memory with Sushant. But how many of them do know that when it was the time, they had abandoned him or perhaps somebody else like him? And I want to make one thing very clear. I do not want to sit here and discuss what Sushant Singh Rajput may have gone through. I do not want to sit here and speculate about what Sushant Singh Rajput felt and how what happened. We don't know. It isn't fair. It is insensitive. He's no more. He's gone. We can appreciate and celebrate his talent and the work he did, but no more than that. But what we can do to show our respect to anybody who's crumbled under the burden, under the pressure, who's been destroyed by the cruelty of a film industry, we can show our respect by speaking about it in the hope that perhaps it will change, in the hope that perhaps at least 5 people from this industry tonight can introspect and tomorrow it will become 20. I also don't want to sit here and take names and indulge in name calling and finger pointing about who may have let whom down. Because let's be honest, that's also going to amount to hate and unkindness, and that's exactly what can destroy lives, can impact anybody. So let's not do that, but let's be honest and let's talk about how this can change and just how bad the situation can be for anybody in this industry. Let's say good evening to Jatin Sarna, actor joining us this evening, Vardhan Puri, also an actor, Akashdeep Sabir, a filmmaker, and Meera Chopra, an actor. Meera, let's begin with you. You wrote an extremely emotional post apologizing like I said, it's not specifically about what Sushant may have been going through or what happened in his life. But let's talk about what are the kind of pressures and how cruel this film world, this industry can be for anybody.
That tweet of mine came from a very deep anger. Since yesterday, more than sad, I'm angry that, I'm a part of the industry which at times becomes so ruthless and so cold. Um, I was not even one of the close friend circle of Sushant. I briefly met him a couple of times and I knew he was going through depression. So I'm sure his close friends, his close circle knew. So what were they doing? Um, they didn't help him when he needed help. And largely I would say the distinction between an outsider and insider in last few years has become so prominent that you keep trying to get accepted, you keep trying to be acknowledged, you keep trying to be within that circle of Bollywood family. And in that process, you just alienate yourself from your real family, from your real friends, and that brings you to a very lonely place. And I think that's where Sushant was. He became so lonely that he had nobody to speak to. And honestly, we all have gone through that in the industry because we have left our homes and we've come to Bombay to make a career of ourselves. We stay alone, but then when you need somebody, there's nobody around because you, at the end of the day, you'll always remain an outsider. And that's a very scary situation for any actor. So, more than sad, I'm scared and angry that I am a part of such an industry.
No, so let me ask you this before I go to others, Meera. Why does this happen? This loneliness? Yes, like you said, a lot of people are outsiders. They leave their homes behind and come. But that's also, something that happens in many other industries. Is there something peculiar in the cold-hearted, cutthroat competition kind of a setup that's there in film industry that just makes it more difficult?
Yeah, because I think the competition that we face is not there in any other industry. Everybody wants to become an actor. Everybody wants to be in a limelight, and especially once you have seen that, and when that spotlight is snatched from you, it's very difficult to accept that reality. Um, and secondly, nobody, we have to accept that nobody is your friend here. Everybody wants to cut you down, everybody wants to mock you. The mocking culture in Bollywood has become so toxic. People sit on chat shows and they make fun of each other, they try to bring you down, and they get very sadistic pleasure out of it. So all these things, uh, they make you so vulnerable, they make you so lonely that you sit down and think at times that, am I at a right place? I mean, am I doing something which is wrong? Why I'm not being accepted? Why people are doing this to me? You are constantly judged. And I think this happens more to somebody who does not have that support system in Bollywood. And that support system is very important. And that support system is usually your own family. If you seek that from the industry people, you're not gonna get it. And it's a very harsh reality that you're not gonna get it.
Vardhan, what's your own view? I mean, if one would have to look at the kind of outpour we are seeing right now for Sushant, or for any of the earlier cases that have happened in the recent past, one would think that he was perhaps the most loved a person in the entire industry, and that everybody was his closest friend.
Absolutely. Firstly, I just want to talk about Sushant at the moment and tell you that I have had the good fortune of working with him when I was an assistant director with a renowned film company. I had worked with him on Shuddh Desi Romance, and we spent such lovely times. And he was, I always came and told my family that this man is the strongest man I know. He is the most passionate man I know, the most ambitious soul I know. And it just it just surprises me so much that he could do such a thing. That just shows that, whatever is going through someone's mind, you can't see it on their face. There are times when people are going through such tough times, but they just put up an act. And this just makes us realize how important it is to just reach out to your people and understand from them if they are okay. If you're going through something which is affecting you at that level, it's so important to reach out to people and get that help. And just recently, I met Sushant Bhai at a film producer's office, and he spoke to me about what I was doing. I shared with him, and he was genuinely so happy for me. And when I asked him what he was up to, he told me everything's great, and he's working on 3 films, and he's so excited. So it just surprises me so much that he could take this step. But I'm sure he was going through something treacherous, and I think as a member of this fraternity, I feel like we failed as human beings. I think we failed as a fraternity if we couldn't make him feel good about himself. We should have reached out. I didn't know he was going through something like that because he just projected it so differently. But I wish I did, and I wish I could just go and talk to him and tell him that it's all great and it's all going to be great. We love you, and you're one of our finest actors. So I'm just out of words. I don't know how to process this. I used to look at him as a symbol of strength, and he did this. So I'm just out of words. I'm just shocked right now.
In fact, I want one comment that really stuck to me was what Shekhar Kapoor said when he said, I know the pain you were going through. People let you down so bad. What happened to you was their karma, not yours. Akashdeep, is that how bad it is out there? How cruel it can get? That there are lives, people who may just give in under this kind of pressure?
Tanvi, it's something that we will keep debating and never know what exactly led to it. But I think the closest we can get to it is to say that it's up to the individual how he handles moments like these. Because we really don't know what drove him to that. Whatever little I know about him, success, failure, money, cool dude. It didn't really matter that much to him. Confident boy, and a man who has already delivered MSD, Chichore, Kai Poche. So, okay, Son Chidaiya, Drive, and XYZ, a couple of films did not hit the target, but that's just a cause for a strong person and a talented person like him to say, okay, couple of choices not going right. Let me be a little careful. Let me choose this. Let me choose that. The closest thing I read was his last Insta post where he was very emotional about his mother and probably was very emotional about his mother's death from the time he was 16. He's probably not been able to come to terms with that. But, when a lot of people say that, oh, Bollywood is so bad and Bollywood is so horrible and they did not go to him and they did not console him how does anyone in Bollywood know that this confident young man whom we meet at producers' offices here, there, how do we know what is going on in his mind? End of the day, all of us individuals deal with our demons with our closed coterie, our closed group. When my last film didn't hit bullseye and the Sardars just banned Santa Banta, if I had gone into a depression, I had no right to say, or why didn't Shah Rukh, Karan, Salman, Hrithik, Akshay, the whole industry come to console me? Why would they? I have to deal with my demons. If it's my mistake, I have to learn from it and be better the next time. Now, I understand that everybody is not the same. And that's the beauty of civilization, that probably every individual is different. So it really depends on if we eventually come to know that little that hidden pain that made a confident young, and I don't call him a failure and somebody who was out of work, a successful actor do this. We will never know. Probably it was just the way that 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 one moment, that we keep reading when people do something like that, and oh God, uh, we run out of words to describe it. But I will not attribute it to the fact that Bollywood is a horrible place. I mean, it is a cutthroat business. It's an aspirational business. I enter this line as an actor, I have to beat Salman, Shah Rukh, Amir, Ritik, Akshay. I mean, I have to beat all Ranbir. I have to be as good or better than them. So there is this a lot of fight required in you to survive, you know. And I'm talking about the names. Amongst the names I took, people like Akshay, Shah Rukh, and all of these people, they had no godfathers. Please, they did not. Their fathers were not actors who just launched them. So they also went through this ground. Even the new age cinema actors, whether it's a Manoj Bajpayee, whether it's an Irfan Khan, whether it's a Nawazuddin, whether it's a Rajkumar Rao, whether it's today a very successful actor like Ayushmann Khurrana, no godfathers. They fought. They had hits. They had flops. And if they were going through low moments, they must have confided in their family or seek solace from their very, very inner circle of friends. So I don't know why. In fact, Meera was also saying Bollywood is bad and Bollywood does that. What do you expect Bollywood to do? Let's not get into what media is today, what people are posting today on social media, that the industry and one whole coterie, you know, banned him. What nonsense. Karan Johar had signed him for Drive. Aditya Chopra had signed him for Pani. Sajid Nadyadwala made Chichore. And these are the names being taken about producers who had decided to shun him. That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
They all had signed him. Yashraj Films was, for a long time, was managing his dates, and they had blocked him for Pani with Shekhar Kapoor. That's why they could not give his dates away to Sanjay Leela Bhansali for Ram Leela. It was not to sabotage his career. It's unfortunate that Pani eventually didn't take off.
Okay.
Even Karan Johar signed him for Drive with Jacqueline.
Okay,
He's
so
produced
like
a
I said
Dharma
in the
film.
beginning, Akashdeep, I don't want to get into one individual and what may have triggered it out for that individual and you know how bad it was or wasn't.
No, Tanvi, I don't want to.
Yes, okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about whether you disagree on how ugly or yes.
I meant it from that point of view, that Bollywood...
You are saying it's just cutthroat. That's that.
The names of people, it's not cutthroat. Listen, if you are successful, don't say that, oh, Bollywood patronizes Akshay Kumar. Do you know the grind he went through? All his successes came and he became a brand without the big signing him. Now when he's a big star and he's so bankable, now if everybody works with him, you can't say that a certain tribe only patronizes certain actors. That's not true. We all have to go through the grind and we all enter thinking we are the next Shah Rukh Khans. But we all don't make it. When Shah Rukh Khan entered...
Okay, let me ask some of the other panelists. Right. Right. Let me ask some of the other panelists. Jatin, what's your view? Can the cutthroat environment, sometimes even the exclusivity, really, you know, break people and their souls?
Definitely, but I would say कि the point when we start thinking about, you know, competition, when we start thinking about our competition is Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan or whatever, from there onwards we start falling into the, you know, problems. So it's important that whatever we are, we have to be very natural what we are. It's not about competing with anybody else.
Success, na? We aspire for success. Na? So those are the benchmarks of success. Na? मैं कभी इस लाइन में अगर एक्टर बनने आता तो मैं ये थोड़ी कहता कि मुझे कोई चुटपुंडा फुटपुंडा फालतू एक्टर बनना है. मैं एस्पायर करता कि मुझे I want to be that big guy, right? No, I don't want to replace a certain celebrity, but I want to be successful. तो वो pressure आता है, and it depends on an individual. Not Bollywood cannot cajole you.
मैं बिल्कुल आपकी बात से समझ रहा हूँ और उसको सहमत भी करता हूँ. अगर मेरा ये कहना है कि प्रॉब्लम वहीं से स्टार्ट होती है, क्योंकि जब हम इतना हाई स्टैंडर्ड सेट कर लेते हैं ना, वहाँ प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो जाता है. हमें वो सोचना चाहिए कि वो भी जब आए थे तब उनके ऊपर एक जो थे उन्होंने अपनी जगह बनाई और उन्होंने उनको रिप्लेस किया जो तब के बहुत स्टार थे. तो हमको लगता है कि आई थिंक इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड वेयर योर पोजीशन इज. और ये बहुत मुश्किल जगह है, बॉलीवुड है वैसी जगह, ये सबको पता है. मगर अगर हम इस तरह से हारेंगे या अगर हम इस तरह से अपनी चीजों को छोड़ने लगेंगे तो और जो आने वाले लोग हैं उनके लिए एक बहुत ही वैसा एग्जाम्पल सेट हो जाएगा कि जो बुरा एग्जाम्पल है. एंड आई थिंक सुशांत, जितना मैं उसे जानता हूँ, एक बहुत ही कॉन्फिडेंट आदमी था. व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग विद हिम ऑन सोन चिरैया, आई हैव सीन हिम he was so focused about his थिंग्स दैट कि मैंने कैसे इस रोल को करना है, कितना अच्छा इसे करना है, वो उसी में खोया रहता था। उसकी प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं थी कि मेरे को किसी को सरपास करके आगे जाना है, और वो बातें करता था अपनी, उसकी जो एक जिंदगी थी एक्टिंग के अलावा, जिसमें वो स्टार्स, यूनिवर्स, गैलेक्सीज, उनकी बातें करता था। मुझे बहुत फैसिनेट करता था उसका वो आइडिया। वो हमेशा बुक्स रीड करता रहता था, पढ़ता रहता था। मैं खुद उसको देख के बड़ा इंस्पायर हुआ। मैंने कहा यार ये एक आदमी है जो अपनी जिंदगी में सिर्फ एक्टिंग ही नहीं और चीजों को भी इतना तवज्जो दे रहा है ताकि वो अपनी एक्टिंग में उस चीजों को ला सकेगा। तो आई थिंक जब हमारे सामने इस तरह के एग्जाम्पल होते हैं तो हम उनसे रिलेट करना शुरू कर देते हैं, उनको उनसे इंस्पायर होना शुरू करते हैं। एंड आई थिंक जब इस तरह से कोई स्टेप लिया जाता है, आई एम श्योर, मुझे नहीं पता वो बेचारा किस चीज से गुजरा होगा या उसके जहन में क्या चीजें दौड़ी होंगी, या उन लोगों के जहन में क्या चीजें दौड़ रही होंगी जिन्होंने इतनी जल्दी ये दुनिया छोड़ दी। वो हम कभी भी सोच नहीं पाएंगे, कभी भी उसके साथ इमेजिन नहीं कर पाएंगे। बट आई थिंक हमें पता है, हम जानते हैं कि क्या है प्रॉब्लम, क्या हो रहा है बॉलीवुड में, जो चीजें हैं जो वहां पर हैं, हमें पता है वो डिफिकल्टी है। बट आई थिंक वी simultaneously we have to be very strong. We have to understand that हमारी जवाबदेही हमारे अपने अपने आप को है, उन लोगों के जो हमारे परिवार है, जो हमारे निजी कुछ 4 दोस्त हैं या लोग हैं। अगर हम उस चीज को ज्यादा तवज्जो दें और जितना हासिल कर पाए उतना कर लें, वो ही बहुत है। सब कोई चाहता है कि हम शिखर पे पहुंच जाए, सब कोई चाहता है कि
मैं
वो मुकाम हासिल
मैं
करूं।
आपसे एक सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ। जो पॉइंट आप उठा रहे हैं उससे रिलेटेड। अभी थोड़ी देर पहले एक शेखर कपूर और मनोज बाजपेयी जी का एक इंटरेक्शन था जो सोशल मीडिया पे लाइव गया, और वो इस बारे में बात कर रहे थे। और मनोज बाजपेयी ने एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ बोली, जहां उन्होंने कहा कि ऐसा क्यों है कि इस इंसिडेंट से कॉमन मैन को बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा है। Perhaps that the common man who related to Sushant or to many other people and their struggle. When you come from some other city, when you struggle in this industry, and you're trying to make it big, you somewhere get there. पर कुछ क्या आपको लगता है कि ऐसा है कि ये इंसिडेंट से इतना लोगों को क्यों इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है? क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं वो ये देखते थे कि जो बाहर से लोग आते हैं वो स्ट्रगल करते हैं, उनके लिए ये ज्यादा मुश्किल चीज है।
वो गुस्सा इसीलिए क्योंकि वो आउटसाइडर था। मैं आउटसाइडर हूँ, यहाँ पैनल में जितने लोग हैं उनमें से कई आउटसाइडर हैं। तो जब एक आउटसाइडर अपनी एक जगह बनाने की कोशिश करता है तो उसको बहुत सारी मुश्किलात का सामना करना पड़ता है। उसके लिए प्लेटर में कुछ भी सर्व करके नहीं दिया जाता है, उसको बहुत सारी चीजों से गुजरना पड़ता है। और जब वो अपने एक मुकाम पे पहुंचता भी है तो भी उसको बहुत सारी स्ट्रगल करनी पड़ती है। वही प्रॉब्लम है। मेरे लिए एक फिल्म क्रैक करना बहुत प्रॉब्लमेटिक है, बहुत मुश्किल है, जहां पर इनसाइडर्स के लिए वो बहुत आसान है। सिद्धांत ने बड़ी अच्छी बात बोली थी एक राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस में। उसने बोला जहां पर इन लोगों का स्ट्रगल शुरू होता है, हमारा वहां खत्म होता है, कुछ ऐसा ही उसने कहा था। तो वही प्रॉब्लम है। इसीलिए आम आदमी, क्योंकि आम आदमी बहुत ज्यादा अपने आप को रिलेट कर पाता है कि यार मेरे भी ख्वाब ऐसे ही हैं, मैं भी एक ऐसा आदमी हूँ जिसको कोई नहीं जानता है। वो अपनी जिंदगी बनाने चला है, अपने आप से अपनी चीजों को बनाने चला है, कुछ करने चला है। और जब वो इस तरह से इतनी जल्दी चला जाता है या हार मान लेता है, तब लोगों को गुस्सा आता है। लोगों को लगता है यार ये तेरा सपना नहीं था, ये मेरा सपना था, तूने इसको क्विट कर दिया, इसका मतलब मैंने क्विट कर दिया। वो उस तरह से उसका रिलेशन होता है। तो मैं समझ सकता हूँ। मैं अभी भी वही बात बोल रहा हूँ कि सिद्धार्थ, जो सुशांत किस प्रॉब्लम से गुजर रहा था वो हम में से कोई नहीं जानता है। मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ वो डिप्रेशन था, वो प्रॉब्लम थी, उसको कुछ जरूर उसको हिट किया होगा जब उसने इतना बड़ा फैसला लिया। वरना इतना बड़ा फैसला लेने के लिए बड़ी हिम्मत की जरूरत है, और हमें वही फाइट करने की भी जरूरत है साइमल्टेनियसली। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम इस तरह से अपनी चीजों को छोड़ ना दें, क्योंकि हमारा सपना ये नहीं था कि मैं किसी को रिप्लेस करने गया हूँ इंडस्ट्री में। मेरा सपना ये था कि मैं अपना नाम बनाने आया हूँ इंडस्ट्री में। मुझे मुश्किलात सामना करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि मैं बाहर से हूँ, मेरा कोई गॉडफादर नहीं है।
जो आपने बोला जतिन, I want to emphasize on that again, because we don't know and it's not fair for us to go into and dig into what Sushant was going through, wasn't going through, what were his private thoughts, his own life, personal life. Let's just respect him and his memory. But exactly. I do want to take this opportunity only on the basis of what some of the alive people from the industry are saying. What people who are part of this industry, new guys, and those who've been here forever, have to say about just how cruel it can be. And that's the point I want to address. Akashdeep, you wanted to make a point? Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Sushant Singh Rajput was not a struggler. Sushant Singh was, in my eyes, a successful actor. He had delivered last year's biggest hit in Chichore, a film that was not only a money spinner, but a film that deserved applause. So it was not as if he was a rank outsider struggler who couldn't make it, and that's why the common man has picked up his cause. It's probably because here is a person 34 years of age, already given a few big hits. Suddenly the light is off. So you really, your immediate action is, yeah, bloody dirty industry. I don't think I don't think it should be looked at from that point of view. And according to me, Jatin, one place where you're making a mistake is जो सिद्धांत ने बोला कि जहां ये बड़े जहां हम नेपोटिज्म की बात करते हैं कि ये स्टार सन्स की स्ट्रगल वहां जहां उनकी खत्म होती है वहां से तो हमारी शुरू होती है. That is not going to be a reason to attribute here, because if you've struggled, if you're a nobody and you've become Sushant Singh Rajput, where your market price is couple of crores, and you've given big films like Dhoni, Chichore, Kaipo, Che, and you've been through the grind without the Godfather, you are battle hardened. इट इज दी ककून में रहने वाले ए लिस्टर स्टार्स के बेटे, जब उनको ट्रे में अगर कोई चीज सर्व होती है और वो अगर बार बार फेल हो जाएंगे, probably they will not be able to handle failure because they have never seen it. So you have to look at it from that point of view. And यहाँ हमारी इंडस्ट्री
so let me turn this around. Yeah.
No, my last point to you is, Tanvi.
Let me turn this around and then say, Akashdeep, irrespective of whether you are a struggling actor or you are a successful actor, the pressure never goes away, does it?
No.
It's not to say that the biggest of our stars, after they've reached their peak, have given up, have given in. How do we change that?
Tanvi, that's the nature of business. This is a line which is full of pressure. Every Friday changes the status quo of people in this industry. Your power reduces or increases depending on the fate of your film on a Friday. It's becoming more and more of a number game. It's corporatized. It's
Correct.
No more, there were times when great filmmakers used to make films that used to run for years. Look at Gold in recent times. Remember the combination of David Dhawan and Govinda. Again, Govinda, a rank outsider. David Dhawan, a rank outsider. No Baap Dada. They gave Golden Jubilee after Golden Jubilee. And Karan Johar did not sign Varun Dhawan in Student of the Year because David Dhawan picked up the phone and said, "Mere bete ko hero bana." You think Karan is going to blow 20, 30, 40 crores just because David Dhawan phoned? There must have been 50 screen tests and he must have proven his talent. Alia Bhatt was chosen not because she was Mahesh Bhatt's daughter. She probably had shown in the screen test that she's brilliant, which she later on eventually went on to prove with every film that she did. And he also signed a rank outsider like Siddharth Malhotra.
Okay, yes.
So it's not that these people are evil and they only sign Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan in every film. In fact, Karan Johar and Shah Rukh have not worked together for such a long time. They are the best of friends. So it's not like that. Okay, the big guys want to work with the big successful people because their films are going to cost 100, 200 crores, and it's only the combination of such names that can get you that return on money. Listen, there's a commerce also to it. So in the midst of all this, an actor, a guy who wants to make it, just as Jatin was saying, that struggle, that loneliness, that desire to be part of the successful brigade. I don't want to be just an ordinary player in my profession. That probably gets you from inside. But unfortunately, it's not to do with bad people in Bollywood, but it's the nature of business.
Okay, Vardhan wanted to make a point. Go ahead, please.
I have great respect for what Jatin said and Akashdeep sir said, and I personally would just like to share with my friend Jatin that first of all, and even with Meera, that firstly, I don't think anybody in this industry has it easy. Whether you're from the inner circle of the industry, you will consider me an insider, but I know my struggles. I know I had to wait for 8 years before signing my first film. Does that mean I got it easy? No. Mr. Akashdeep knows that. He's seen my career. So I want to tell you that firstly, everyone has his own journey. You cannot assume that someone had it easy because they belonged inside and someone had it tough just because they were outsiders. That's my opinion. I would also like to add that knowing Sushant so deeply for a few years, I understand that he was a deeply spiritual man. And we are only assuming here that whatever caused this incident would have been connected to his career or would have been, ascertained to the fact that he wasn't being so successful in the last few months or years. But I think it's possibly some other reason. You don't understand what goes through someone's mind. It's possibly something larger than that. It's possibly something we are not aware of. So I think this whole assumption of the whole film industry having abandoned him might also not hold true. So we need to actually just wait, and only time will tell why all this really happened. Because he, just like Mr. Akashdeep said, he was a very successful man. He understood that he was successful. He understood that he already had become a privileged actor. He had told me once that, there was this time when I had to audition and screen test for every character. And now luckily people are just coming to me and signing me because my last films have worked. And even if they haven't worked, people have appreciated my performance. So I feel like there was a very strong sense of understanding that he was successful. So it's probably just us assuming something which is not true. So I think let's just wait and watch, and all the inquiries and all the research will just let us know what it is all about.
Okay, no, so let me say this. Let me ask you this question and then I will go to Meera. Let me ask you this question. Vardhan, I agree with you. Full 100% I agree with you. We don't know. Let's not assume. Let's not speculate. Let's just keep, this unfortunate incident on the side for 1 minute and then look at the larger picture and then ask the question, but does it still happen that people who may get one flop film and then get forgotten, and then there is this pressure, and not just pressure to get your next project, but the pressure of social media, the pressure of your fans, pressure of hundreds and thousands of people commenting on you, critiquing you, questioning you day in, day out. Does that pressure get to people with no outlet for them then in the industry?
Absolutely it does. Absolutely, because it's an industry at the end of the day and there's so much money at stake. Today, let's assume I'm a producer, I am just for the success of my business, I'm not going to cast someone who I know might not be a selling proposition, because we are all here to make profits, and those profits will lead to more films and that will lead to more films. So just like any other industry, success will give you more work and failure might not. But that does not mean any of us take that drastic step, because unfortunately Sushant did. But look at it as any other industry. Look at it as in the medical fraternity or in the airlines industry. If you perform, there will be more work. If you do not, then of course people are not going to give you that chance, and then you'll have to prove yourself again and come back. It might take more time. But if you're at it, if you're consistent with what you do, then of course there will be a chance again. So definitely people do treat you differently after failure. People do treat you differently after success. But I don't think anything justifies this action, and it's very sad.
Sure. No, so Meera, and this is exactly what was making you angry as well. Now, in a lot of other industries, and let's be honest, the pressures, the cutthroat nature of it can exist even in the corporate sector or in any other field. But in many of these places, there is an organized way of acknowledging and dealing when somebody is going through a rough time. That doesn't exist in Bollywood, does it? Either you have your immediate family and close friend right there, or you don't, and you are lonely then.
As Akashdeep said, that Chichore was one of the best films of the year. But did he get nominated in any of the awards? No. So acknowledgement wasn't there. And you through your career, acknowledgement for your good work, and your one failure makes you so insecure because there's already a next one standing in the line to replace you. You're so easily replaceable. So that insecurity is so deeply rooted in this industry that it just takes you to that dark spaces where you should not go. And we are just defeating the whole purpose here of talking that he was depressed, he was going through depression. A lot of us knew it, his close circle knew it. And when somebody is going through depression, it's a serious, it's a mental illness which needs to be talked about. You can't leave that person alone. You have to be around, you need to be talking to that person. So should I assume that he had nobody to speak to? Should I assume that he was so lonely that when he was at his weakest point, he had nobody to tell him that, bro, it's gonna be all right. Um, Everything's gonna be fine. Be strong, because you just need those good words to make you feel better. And that's what is scary. I think that's what a common person is feeling scared about, because Sushant was a inspiration for a lot of people. And when such a successful, bright, talented guy takes his life, uh, people like me who are still trying to make inroads into the industry, should I be scared? I mean, what will I go through? What will I feel? And when I say what will I feel, I talk about a lot of people like me who are still trying to make inroads in the industry. So that's a very scary place, that he really had nobody to speak to, in spite of being so successful.
Right.
Tanvi,
Fair point.
Tanvi,
Fair point.
Tanvi,
Let me. Yes.
Tanvi,
Yes.
I have a point to make here that the night after which this sad incident happened, he was sitting with friends, personal friends at home. So it is so strange that entire the mass is saying, "Oh, he was alone and he had no friends." Why are we making these claims when we don't know him to that extent? He could have been living on an island alone by himself. He had his inner coterie of friends. In fact, he was probably dealing with one more sorrow. A few days back, his ex-secretary had committed suicide. He must have been depressed. Now, unless the psychiatrist was treating him, and that's a professional, they're sworn to secrecy, we will never know what he actually confided to his doctor. What was troubling him that made him reach a position that he had to end everything for somebody who was already 34 with a couple of hit films behind him and acknowledged as a good actor. I don't want to get into the debate of him being
Okay.
nominated and not nominated.
Okay. Let me
Awards don't
ask you this
matter.
then.
Awards don't matter.
Well, it depends on people. Like you said, it depends
Yeah,
on how
yeah.
any individual
How
sees
an
what
individual
and
takes it, yeah.
benchmarks their own success. But let
Yes,
me ask you
yes.
this question, Akashdeep. The Anubhav Sinha, a filmmaker now who's now got quite a few successful films, but has always been, known to speak his mind, says that the
Yes.
Bollywood Privilege Club must sit down and think hard. What do you have to say to
What?
that then?
What should they think? What should they think? Karan Johar should stop making films and go to every aspiring actor and say, "Don't worry, beta, मैं तुझे hero लूंगा." Is it going to happen? He's going to leave his whole entire business enterprise.
But it's not
and start
aspiring
doing
actors,
this.
is it? You yourself are saying in this case is that of a successful actor.
So successful, he's making a film with a plethora of actors. He is, Tanvi. He is today collaborating with so many other producers, production houses, his own production house, OTT platforms. He's doing everything. He's introduced so many newcomers. Sajid Bhai has introduced so many newcomers. Yash Raj has introduced so many newcomers. What is Bollywood supposed to do? Listen, at the end of the day, we are not a recognized industry. We are individuals all pursuing our interests, our success stories. We don't have an industry. We don't have a ministry. We don't have institutions. We have nothing. We are called upon to do everything for the nation when there is an emergency, but the least the nation can do is give us industry status. We don't have anything. So we are just
Okay,
individuals.
let me. Fair enough. I get what you're saying. That's
What
your
is
point, and I
Bollywood
agree with
supposed
you.
to do?
It's cutthroat
Whoever
business.
expected, what is
What is
Bollywood
Karan Johar
supposed
supposed to do?
Who
Okay.
No, not only Karan. What is
Let
Bollywood
me
supposed to do?
let me
God
take another
bless
example.
Whoever expected that Sushant Singh will do this. God bless whoever expected that beautiful boy will do something like this. You know, this is something out of the blues. We're still shocked.
Let me read out another comment, and I want to take that. Let me read out another comment. Nikhil Dwivedi, also an actor and producer, said, "At times, a movie industry's hypocrisy gets to me. High and Mighty announcing they should have kept in touch. High and Mighty announcing they should have kept in touch. Are you in touch with Imran Khan, Abhay Deol, and others? No, but you were when they were doing well." It comes back to the same point, Vardhan, that this is the nature of the business, perhaps, that if you're doing well, everybody is there asking you how you're doing, and if you're not, people have forgotten you. Then why put out these social media messages now saying, "Oh, I wish I had kept in touch"?
Yeah, what is surprising? If you're in Bollywood, you should know these things. That success gives you friends and failure gives you loneliness. That's part of this profession, I'm sure.
That is in every industry.
Yes.
We can't just look at films and point fingers and just abuse this industry.
Akashdeep, let me get Vardhan Puri to speak about that.
Vardhan, sorry.
One minute. Let me get in Vardhan to speak on this.
Last point. If anything else, I appreciate the guts that Karan has shown in his tweet. He has actually confessed that I've realized I should have been more in touch. I regret, I won't do it. Look at it from that point of view instead of painting him black. Listen, I have no aspirations of doing anything with Karan. I am not part of his coterie. I'm not an actor. I just do bit roles here and there for friends. I make films, OTT. Look at his tweet from a positive point of view. Over to you, Vardhan.
First of all, I must acknowledge what Mr. Akashdeep is saying. I agree with him, and I want to tell you that I have dealt with Mr. Aditya Chopra, Mr. Karan Johar, Mr. Sajid Nadiadwala, all these big people, and I want to tell you that, of course, they have a conscience. There is a heart beating inside of them, and they do realize that if somebody went and took such a gruesome step, there must have been something troubling them, so they're just feeling really bad about it. But I want to tell you that all these big people, they understand what real talent is. They understand what good performance is. They understand who deserves what role. And today we do have casting directors, we do have producers who understand who fits what. So it's not like anyone was trying to sabotage anybody. It's not like anyone was trying to corner anybody and trying to lead them to failure. None of that. I don't agree with that personally. I just feel like it was very unfortunate what happened. And again, I would like to add, he's a successful man who understood that he was successful.
So correct.
There's possibly.
So my question is not that. I'm not saying I don't want to go into random conspiracy theories about how, if he was actually, being blocked by 8 different production houses and biggest of the guys. No. What I am asking right now, Vardhan, is if you agree with the thought process that this is the nature of the industry. If you're doing well, people will ask about you. If you're not, you're perhaps on your own. That's how it is. It's not really fair for people to come out now and say, "Oh, we forgot about you the last 1 year." We forgot about you because you weren't doing so well.
They're not going to see, if you meet them at a social gathering, they're not going to ignore you or avoid you or be rude to you. That's not how they are. They're gentlemen. They're beautiful people. They're great human beings and very successful people. But if it comes down to casting you for a film, they're going to make sure that if they're investing those 25 crore rupees on a film, they can recover the money. When does the money get recovered? A, when you know your job, when you know to perform, and number 2, when you can pull those many people in, when an OTT platform can actually pay you that much money for the project and you can recover. So it's a business. You put in 100 rupees, you deserve to earn 200 back. If somebody can do that for you, they are cast. If somebody cannot, they are not. Like Sushant, I remember when we were casting Sushant for Should They See Romance, there was another actor before him who had to step out. And they never said that, "Oh, ye to TV ka actor hai, isko thodi le sakte hai." They never said that. They said, "This is a great actor." Shanu Sharma, the casting director, said that, we have a really good actor. The trailer of Kai Po Che looks great. The producers of Kai Po Che say that he's doing a fantastic job and let's take him. That time, no one said that, "Oh, let's take this star son or that star son." That just goes to say that, this is a completely fair industry. I remember after Sushant did Shuddh Desi
Okay.
Romance and the film did well, he got 6 offers in a month. What does that mean? An outsider getting all of that means the industry is a fair place. They are giving him a chance. When a film or two, Byomkesh Bakshi, for example, didn't do well.
Okay, very
things
quickly,
changed
I
a
just
little
want
for
to
him.
bring
So
in
it's
Jatin as well.
This is how it works.
Yes, Jatin, your view on this as well, that this is how it works. If you're doing well, people remember you. If you're not doing well, people forget. But then if that is what it is, people shouldn't be coming out today and saying, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't reach out to you for the last 1 year. You didn't perhaps reach out
He's
because
talking
he
about
wasn't
that as a
doing well
friend,
and you
not
didn't
as a
need him.
producer.
I think here comes the humanity. It's very important to acknowledge everyone, whether you're working with them or you're not working with them, whether you know them personally or whatever. So I think ये बड़ा important है कि हम लोग एक दूसरे की एटलीस्ट रिस्पेक्ट करना शुरू करें, एक दूसरे के काम को. अगर हम इट्स नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट कि कोई भी फिल्म बनेगी तो हर किसी को कास्ट कर लिया जाएगा उसमें, बिल्कुल फेयर है. जिसकी जरूरत होगी उसी को लिया जाएगा. बट स्टिल बिकॉज देयर आर होप्स जो लेके लोग आते हैं इंडस्ट्री में काम करने के लिए, सबने सेट किया होता है कि मैं इस डायरेक्टर के साथ काम करूंगा, या मुझे करना चाहिए या मैं करना चाहता हूँ. तो जरूरी नहीं होता कि सब कोई सेलेक्ट हो जाते हैं या सबको काम मिलता है, बट एटलीस्ट उसको एक उसका एक्नॉलेजमेंट मिलता रहे, वो काम करता रहे, यही बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. एंड वो नहीं होता है तो चीजें थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लमेटिक होती हैं. बट आई थिंक अबव ऑल आई थिंक हमने एक आदमी को लूज कर दिया है ऑन व्हाटएवर ग्राउंड्स. जो भी अभी बातें हो रही हैं, जो भी चीजें आ रही हैं, आई एम सैडन अबाउट दैट, बिकॉज मैं उसको पर्सनली थोड़ा सा जितना भी मैं मिल पाया था सोनचिड़िया के सेट पे, सो आई एम बेसिकली शैटर्ड अबाउट दिस फैक्ट के क्यों कोई इतना बड़ा स्टेप ले लेता है. उसकी वजह कुछ भी है, जो भी अभी कहा जा रहा है इंडस्ट्री में कि ऐसे है, उसकी वजह से, इसकी वजह से. तो मेरे लिए वो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है कि एक आदमी चला गया किसी भी वजह से, वो नहीं होना चाहिए था. आई थिंक वी नो कि जब हम फाइट कर रहे होते हैं, जब हम एक इंडस्ट्री में, किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में हो, काम कर रहे होते हैं, कट थ्रोट होता है, सब कुछ होता है. आप नहीं करोगे कोई और होगा, कोई और नहीं होगा तो कोई और होगा. बट आई थिंक लूजिंग होप इज लाइक वेरी डिवास्टेटिंग. उस पे ज्यादा परेशानी फील होती है कि क्यों ऐसा हो गया. क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं है कि फिल्म मेकर्स के खाली 4 गिनती के 10 ही फिल्म मेकर्स हैं इंडस्ट्री में. देयर आर लॉट मेनी फिल्म मेकर्स जो फिल्म बना रहे हैं. आप कहीं भी कोलैबोरेट हो सकते हैं, बट वही है कि लोगों के अपने एक सेट वो होते हैं, एस्पिरेशंस होते हैं कि यार मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ, वो करना चाहता हूँ,